Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another news video, this time talking about the Moogle Treasure Trove, the Hunt for Allegory, the new Moogle event in-game that's coming to the game on the 8th of July at 8 AM GMT or 1800 AEST, lasting until the release of patch 7.2. So we only have a few days to wait before we can do a new Moogle event with some new rewards, as well as some old rewards that you can get as well. As you can see here, there's some pictures here. We'll be referring back to this one in just a second. If you don't know anything about these, essentially, you've got the Mogpendium. You can go to a Moogle in any of the starting city-states. It will give you this Mogpendium sort of UI that you can access in your collections menu, and by participating in a variety of content you will get a different amount of Moogle tomes. This includes weekly objectives, miniature objectives, as well as once per entire event objectives such as the Ultimog challenge. So if we go down here, then these are the rewards this time around, and we've recorded each and every one of them apart from obviously the ones we can't do. The first is the coffee cup earring, coming in at 100 tomes. This is your flagship brand new item. If we go all the way back up to the top, that is the only image we have possible to get of this. Of course, if you've seen any other images elsewhere, it's probably been data mined or something like that, but this is the only official image that exists, and the one that we have to look at, which clearly shows the old the cafe in Old Charlian as a symbol there, almost reminiscent of Starbucks. And we've got this sort of resin bit of coffee inside of a coffee cup on one of the ears. It's very likely that it's going to be just one ear, but there we go, that's 100 tomes. Aside from that, then everything else is something that's already been accessible in the game. So let's blast through these. Secondly, we've got the Return to Oblivion Orchestrion roll, which sounds like this. Then for the 50 tier, we have the Demon Brick earring that looks like this. Pretty cool little earring. Then we've got a couple of mounts. We've got the Ruby Guiba, obviously looking pretty great here for 50. And yeah, from Ruby Weapon originally. And then we've got the Iron Frog Mover ignition key for 50, which is this giant metallic, I used to call this the giant green dustbin. But it's pretty cool. Then we've got the Girabanian Plat, which is a hairstyle for 50. Pretty cool hairstyle, this actually. I used to use this on a couple of characters. Then we got the Ephemeral Necromancer minion, obviously reminiscent of the dungeon from Shadowbringers for 50. Then we got the Machinist Barding for 30 tomes. Quite a nice little barding, especially if you don't want something too flashy. It's quite nice. Then we've got the Ballroom Etiquette Overzealous Affirmations, which is Fist Pump. That will also cost you 30 tomes, which is to fist pump. Certain races have different animations for this, if I remember. Then we got the Pastoral Dot Parasol for 30, which is a sort of turquoisey pastoral dot parasol, which looks pretty cool. Then we've got MGP Platinum cards, which give you 50,000 MGP when you use them. That will be 30 tomes. A lot of people, when they have nothing else to do, they go for MGP, because there's always something for most people to go for on the MGP and the Gold Saucer. So that's a good thing to go back on if you've got nothing else to spend these on and you're getting them passively from doing, you know, activities in the game like your roulettes. Also on the 30 range, we have the Drake Horn. Obviously, the Cavalry Drake is something that is part of the A Realm Reborn Allied Society quest. Same can be said about the next 30 reward, which is the Dire Wolf Whistle as well. Very cool. We've seen those on this a while. Then we've got the Reveling Kamoi Fife, which of course is Susanoo inspired from that Extreme, the 30. And then we have the Blissful Kamoi as well, which is the Lakshmi Extreme mount as well for 30. Moving on to the 20s then, we have the Wooden Bin housing item. We have the Ilmeg Garden Fountain housing item. We have a Hanging Bench housing item. We've got the Walnut Flower Vases. And we got a Pirogo lawn ornament for 20 as well, which are, yeah, they're housing items, basically. If you wanted to get those in any other way, you'd have to go and do their pieces of content. They come from all variety of places. We've got another minion for 15, which is a wind-up kobold, which is pretty cool. Again, a Realm Reborn minion you might have missed. 15 tomes. And then we've got the Neo-Ishgardian sets. I say sets, it's just a chess piece and then a set of bottoms. You can't buy the full set, you can only buy the chest or the legs. Or they are 15 tomes a slot. And of course you can get fending, maiming, striking, scouting, aiming, healing, and casting. So if you like those sets, they are quite nice actually, sort of steampunk sets. There you go, that's how you get those as well. Also for 15 tomes, you can get the Moonfire Vest as well as the Moonfire Trunks for 15. And the female version of that is the Moonfire Halter and Moonfire Tanga, also for 15 each. And then we've also got some Time-Worn maps. You'll see that the seemingly Time-Worn, special Time-Worn map is a level 70 8-player map with a guaranteed teleportation portal for the treasure map dungeon. And you'll see the ostensibly is level 80, and the level 91 is the potentially, and then we also have a level 98 player conceivably special. Unfortunately, they haven't got the level 100 maps in here. It only goes up to level 90, which is a bit of a disappointment. Additionally, we've also got some riding maps on here, which increase your movement speed whilst on mounted terrestrial form on the ground by a certain amount, and those will cost you 10 tomes per riding map for Western, Central, Eastern, Southern, and Northern Thanalan specifically. We have some triple triad cards. We've got Lolorito Nanorito card for 10. And we've got the Gillabrunt card also for 10. We've got the Unknown card for 7. We've got the Varys Ye Galvas card also for 7. And we've got the 2B card for 7. So there are a few cards there, especially Varys. I mean, that comes from Memora Misera normally, meaning that you wouldn't have to do Memora Misera for your triple triad card mount. They're making it easier. Every time one of these Moogle events comes along, they're always putting in a card that comes from somewhere slightly irritating. And not many people I know actually care about Memora Misera. So, yeah, that's definitely one to definitely pick up. Then we've got another minion for 7, Vittora Giro, which is absolutely adorable. I love that little kitty. And then we've got a World Apart Orchestrion for 7, which sounds like this. And then we've got for 1 tome the Hatchling Earring. And then for 1 tome we have the Taoist Moogle minion, which if you don't have, you might as well at this point for 1. And then for another 1 we can get some job mastery prisms, fireworks basically. And you get 10 of those per. Of course there are some restrictions on things appearing on the actual vendor, including certain parts of the side stories for Bostia, like the main storyline, things like that. So bear that in mind. But yeah, my top tips from this one this time, MGP Platinum cards, definitely worth grabbing if you've got nothing else to get. The hairstyle's cool. The Ruby Guiba, definitely cool. And the coffee cup is definitely the thing that I will be personally going for myself. But let me know if anything strikes your fancy out of all of this list. Hopefully this was helpful to visualize the majority of this, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.